I mean, this device here is the classic example of, as usual, it's not very constant spark. It's not a spark that is very constant, very consistent. It's kind of good, look. As you press the power on button there, it changes color. So I'm going to try here on my hand as usual. As well as we haven't actually tested the results, so whether there is. It's been a long time since I wanted to actually make this video. This video is about the cheap plasma devices that you can find on the internet. And this is a very interesting video from our point of view, because many people have been using our voltaicplasma.com training website by using these devices, so that you can actually understand how to use these devices for these purposes. The other thing which is quite important as well is we haven't actually tested the results. So whether the results are good or not, we just do not know. However, these devices do cause a spark. Again, the effectiveness is something that we haven't tested, and I don't think we're going to take the time to test. However, many people are using it, keep asking us for how you actually use these devices for these purposes, and we made these videos. So what I've done here, I've got my test meat here, which is a bit of bacon here. It's been in the freezer, but it's actually defrosting, just our bacon friend, which is quite important. I mean, if we've got to test the devices. And I went ahead and bought these devices one by one from the internet, and I've got another one over here. So we're going to open them one by one. Let's open the first one. Now we're going to go for the next. So we're going to unpack this other. So look where it comes from. It actually comes from a distribution center in the UK. So basically these devices are stored in distribution centers in the UK. I mean, this device here is the classic example of companies giving these designs away to China, European companies giving these designs away to China. Then because what happens, I just want to give you an overview of what happens in China. What happens is many Europeans go to China in order to make their devices. They say, okay, we can do it. So they make the molds, they make the PCB designs and everything else. And then when they try and sell it for a high price, everyone copies it. And basically you've got the same thing coming from different factories. And now it's cheap. I remember when this was on the market, the first time around, it was extremely expensive. But basically everyone copied it. So now it's very cheap. It's called the Beauty Monster. Alright, this one used to be very expensive. But look how small it is. These things here, which is gonna discover right now. There's something to. Oh look, this is familiar, isn't it? It comes from the same factory. Gonna unpack it. We're not going to actually do the ones with the acupuncture bits, because we've already done it with other devices. We're just going to use this bit. So it's very simple. It's only got 3 power levels like the Plexer has. Amazing. So level 1, and it's kind of good, look. As you press the power on button there, it changes color. So I'm going to try here on my hand as usual. I can feel something, so it's going to stick. and you can see a bit of spark, but it's not a good spark. And when I say good, it's not very consistent spark. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just change the power level to 2. I'm going to do it on my hand. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, indeed, I can feel it. Yeah, okay. It's not very constant spark. It's not a spark that is very, very constant, very consistent. So 2. Now we're going to go in 3. Okay. And even a 3 is not very, very consistent as a spark. And I'm going to try on my hand here. Okay. This device, if you wanted to use it for, I mean, this is the very, very basic. It's got 3 power level. If you really wanted to use it for eyelid tightening, I would say use it between 1 and 2. 1 to be the safest, so to speak, to be a bit advanced eyelid tightening. But again, if you want to use this, I'm not sure. I wouldn't really do it. It's only my choice, of course. And then 3 is kind of strong, but it's not the strongest of the devices. 3 is actually very likely, well, it seems like the red of the plexer, right enough. But it's not. The problem with this device is the arc is not really that consistent. It's not always easy to generate. It seems as if it's on and off and whatnot.